We tried out some cricket hospitality at Sophia Gardens, the home of Glamorgan, for a Vitality Blast fixture. First up, arrived in Cardiff at about 3 p.m. and ahead of the evening match versus Surrey. Then there was a short walk in the sunshine to the stadium. A good idea to arrive early and make sure you're heading in at the right gate. We arrived at gate number 2, but for today's hospitality, we made our way to gate 4. E-tickets at the ready as we made our way in, and they were scanned by a member of staff.
Yes.
Fist bump from this guy. Then had a look around Sophia Gardens, which was one of the host grounds for the 2019 Cricket World Cup. And a nice touch, throughout the afternoon there were a load of games and activities for kids to take part in outside the ground. We also paid a quick visit to the Glamorgan shop. Loads of merchandise on offer, from shirts through to mini replica cricket helmets. And a quick fact, Glamorgan have won 4 one-day titles. Then at 5 p.m, time for some hospitality, and on our way to the reception, we did see a few of the players arriving. The reception is really well signposted, so easy to spot where you're supposed to go, and we did receive a hospitality wristband on entry. And a nice touch, a member of staff does escort you upstairs, and there is lift access to level 1 and the Amber Lounge. A really spacious lounge and some great views of the pitch as we were shown to our allocated table. Before taking our seats, it was up to the inclusive bar, which was open all evening, to grab a drink. Not too long until the start of the match, which meant starters were swiftly brought out, and on today's menu, it was duck terrine. Really enjoyed the starters, then once we'd finished, it was up to the hot food station for the main course. Grabbed a plate, and then it was a choice of roast lamb or roast chicken, or both. Then topped off the plate with a load of vegetables, and yes, there was gravy. Then back to the table where we watched the earlier women's game whilst tucking into the food. Great selection of cakes for dessert, all of which looked really good, but our recommendation, the brownie. And if you're still hungry, there is a cheese board later on. Otherwise, there was direct access to the seating area, and we were free to make our way in and out of the lounge all evening. Then down a few steps with about 15 minutes to go until the start of the match, and to an allocated padded seat. And a couple of tips, make sure to take a drink with you, and arrive in time for the player entrances. Hospitality tickets for the Vitality Blast at Sophia Gardens are £140 plus VAT, and this was for the 2023 season. A really enjoyable day out, and another great feature, you might get a high five from the players when they're making their way in. And one for the kids, if you stick around after the match and grab an autograph card, you'll be in with a chance of meeting some of the players. Finally, a big thank you to Glamorgan for the invite, and a question for you guys. Where should we go for the next padded seat?